strong ways. Love, commitment, and emotional fidelity are the pillars that marriage is built upon. In this case, when Brenay Kennard intruded upon the bond of Akira and Timothy's marriage, she inflicted a wound that reached Akira's core. A wound that was inflicted not only in private, but in public. Online via TikTok, Snapchat, and other platforms we use. We want to thank the jury for understanding the importance of marriage and rejecting the intentional and malicious actions of Brenay Kennard and pursuing her now husband, Mr. Montague. The evidence presented in this case overwhelmingly supported my client's stance that Brenay Kennard not only alienated the affections of Akira's husband, but also inflicted emotional injury on on their children as well. Ms. Montague is extremely happy with the verdict of the jury. This law exists to affirm that such pain is real, and those who recklessly attack the commitments of love, respect, and fidelity in a marriage bear the responsibility for the harm they cause. Akira, her family, and I would like to thank all of those who have supported her on her journey.
Yes.
We appreciate everyone from social media, friends, and everyone that wanted to make sure that Miss Akira received justice. And justice is what she received today.
Amen. All the time.
The outpouring of support from her family, friends, and members of the online community has been appreciated. If you would like further comments, please contact my office at the law offices of RVJ. And now I'll take a few questions. Who wants to go first? Yes.
Yes, so for me, North Carolina has seen several high-profile alienation of affection cases over the decades, from Shacklefield's Ford case in 2010, where she won $9 million, to Keith King's case, where he won $8.8 million in 2018. But now yours, Akira, and yours is representing her, is now one of the most watched and culturally charged of its kind. What do you think this verdict says about? What do you think this verdict says about how the state has come or hasn't, in recognizing emotional harm?
Well, let's talk about it. I believe my client represents a lot of women that have been hurt.
Yes.
And betrayed.
Yes.
And we are here in this great state of North Carolina where they allow you to sue the person that has been a third party in your marriage. She is happy that she received the justice that she deserved. And it also shows you the importance of social media and how Ms. Kennard weaponized it to harm my client. She humiliated her and flaunted her husband, and now she has to pay for it. Last question, Ms. Cole.
Right here.
So, on that note about harassment that Akira received, tell me. Tell me more about the attention that this case has received, and how it's been dealt with, by plaintiff and the members of her family as well.
Well, to be transparent, my client was humiliated when Ms. Kennard flaunted her relationship and her marriage. But my client took her power back.
Yes, she did. Yes.
This is the first time that she's ever spoken about the affair. So not only can you humiliate somebody online, you can also take your power back.
Yes.
Now, if she chooses to speak, then she's able to speak her truth.
That's right.
For a year and a half, she was not able to speak because I advised her not to. But her truth came out.
Yes, it did.
Thank you.
One more for Akira, is that okay?
No, she's not answering any questions. Okay. All right. Thank y'all so much for being here. Thank you. Thank y'all so much. Y'all have a great night. Team Akira!
Team Akira! Team Akira!
Team Akira!
All right, how do I stop this? Where's our friend at? Oh. Okay. Where's BJ? I wanted to say bye. I want to say bye.
Alright, y'all, I'm gonna call y'all
Bye,
back.
love.
Thank
So,
you.
what I do
You
next?
too.
See you for Devon's?
Yes.
Okay.
Great. Brisket left us out of here behind. Brisket gone.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, beautiful.
Thank y'all. Alrighty.
Let me get to the car, y'all. Let me get to the car. Ooh.
Is it over?
Oh, it's over. It's over.
The jury.
Our girl won. Akira. She's 1.5 mil and 250,000. Alienation of affection. Clack that. I saw somebody say, "Where's Brenay?" She's gone.
Are you alive?
Yeah. Yeah, she won.
She drove off waving at her.
She did drive off waving.
Like she's so proud.
Acting like she's proud and unbothered.
Knowing she's sick.
She about to be broke.
All that
Baby
social
girl's
media.
about to be broke. He is on child support. What was Brenay's reaction? She didn't have them, but they let us go crazy in the courtroom.
Why did somebody ask me about on jury duty? Baby, no.
No, I'm just
Just here
interested.
for the support.
Now I gotta find my car. I think I'm on that side. She won. She did. I hope she sees some of that money. I believe she will. There's so many ways that the courts can garnish it from her. They gonna have to pay no money in that. Listen, and it ain't even over. It's more to come. Where is my car?
Right.
Cause it's cold out here. They can take the house. Jen, I gotta get home and who is that? Jen, I gotta get home and get my wings. Listen. Somebody on the live. Where's the car? That's you? Then I must be down one more then.
Okay, come on.
Okay. Or am I over there? I have no idea where my car is. This happened last week. Okay, hold on, y'all. So cold! Freezing. Akira did win. She did win, y'all. She did win. Our girl won, y'all. Corinne and Timothy. I'm so happy. I don't even know her. What did she win? 1.5 million for 1.5 million. I wrote it down for one of the things, and then 200. No, for the alienation of affection, and 250,000 for the criminal conversation. I don't know. I might be. I'm further down. No, I do know that because I didn't go that far up. I'm further down. Brenay lost when she represented. Yeah, lost bad too. I got notes too, y'all, because today was a doozy. It was a doozy. I mean, Robinetta cleared her. You hear me? Well, you know, Brenay has the cyber stalking charge up next in December, so it's a possibility. It's a possibility. Did Brenay's mom or Brenay really say, I bet she won't get a dime? Yeah, one of them said, I bet she won't see a dime. And then she, like, she waved off while she drove away. What did she say when the verdict came in? Nobody could say anything when the verdict came in because the judge made sure that we were quiet. So as soon as the judge was going, no, they let us go crazy. We had a party in that courtroom. Like a party, okay? The news was there and everything. The news is out there interviewing some of the people. What was her reaction? Brenay, she didn't really have a reaction, did she? Yeah, she didn't really have a reaction. I think she kind of knew. Like, yeah, she was kind of sad all day. I'm in North Carolina. I might be over. No, we went over there already, right? Go down one more. Probably over there. Did Akira cry? We all cried. That's where we came in, right? That's the entrance. So yeah, go that way. Then I should be okay. If this no, that's not it. That's not where I came in. I'm confused. No, because that's I'm down one more. I'm down one more. Go that way, I think. I parked like in the middle of one of these, like in this. Well, yeah, I parked in like that part, but it must be down on the bottom. Yeah, she gonna be punching the walls when she get home, right? That's true, but I don't think they could hear you. This is not making any sense. Where's the entrance? That's the entrance. Okay, so my car should have been right there. I didn't know well, it was warm. Crazy thing is last Friday it was warm. Today it's what do you call it? It's cold. I came in here. My car should be right there. It is. Child. I'm like, they better not have came and towed my car. Thank you, boo. Get you some rest. Okay. I will. Okay. I'm gonna sit in the car for a second because I'm not gonna drive and do live, but I'll sit here for a second and answer a few questions, and then I'm gonna get off because I don't want to obviously, drive and be on live. The verdict was that Akira about to get that money on, and Brenay should have never represented herself. Should have never represented herself. So let me actually pull out my notebook so I can read you exactly what I wrote down. So another thing that I like too is that when they came back inside, it was a black woman that had the verdict in her hand because there was only two black women on the jury, and a black woman had the verdict in her hand. And I said, I already know this is about to go. So for criminal conversation, 250,000, and for malicious intent and alienation of affection, $1.5 million. Akira won. What was the reaction? Brenay had no reaction for real, for real. When the judge left the courtroom, we all went crazy. Team Akira, people were crying. It was a beautiful moment. In the beginning of this live, Attorney Robin did a mini press conference. I'm going to try to save this video and re-upload it so that way you guys can see it. But somebody else will probably repost it too. It was a beautiful day. It was a beautiful day. Yeah. She was kind of like it seemed like her spirit was down all day. So I think she pretty much knew it was over for her. It was over for her. And I mean, honestly, that's what she gets. That's what she gets. Because the way that she handled this case, she got up there and she lied several times. And I'm not really sure why she would have thought that she could represent herself and win. Like, crazy. Crazy. I don't know how to do most of this live stuff. It's telling me to click all of these different things. I don't know. I don't know. So Brenay lost, yes. How was Tim's reaction? Tim been mad the whole time he been in the courtroom. Just mad. How's she gonna pay all of that? I'm not an attorney. There's an attorney that did break down how Akira could end up getting her money by them seizing assets, like them being able to seize all of these different things. I'm not an attorney, so I can't say how, but they can get that money. Brenay, she didn't really have a reaction, but she did. She waved by when she was leaving because the people were like taunting her. I'm not gonna hold you. They were like, all of that. when she left the courtroom, when she was outside, and then somebody yelled out, "I bet she won't see a dime of that money." She should have had the paper. Child, child. So yeah. Y'all want to hear a little bit like what happened in the courtroom? I don't know what I'm doing, but it just told me to pin something. Y'all want to hear a little bit what happened in the courtroom? I think she gonna see that money too. All right, let's get into it. So today, Brenay was still on the stand. Okay, so Attorney Robbins basically was like, so you do know the difference, but you said that you know the difference between a lie and the truth, and you stated that you don't drink to the jury in the court, but on video, and it was, she said, Exhibit 750, you were posting to the World Wide Web, you buying several bottles of alcohol. Do you remember that? So she was like, no, or something like that. So Attorney Robin played the video for her so she could see herself doing that. And in that video, she said, do you also remember buying pregnancy tests? And she said something like, Brenay kept saying like, no, she doesn't recall, or she was like, I can buy pregnancy tests, whatever she said. So then Robin approached, no, she said she didn't remember that either. Robin approached and showed her the video. So she asked, she was like, who were you buying the ovulation and pregnancy test? Since it was post separation of her and Devin, who were you having sex with? Why are you buying ovulation and pregnancy tests? Right? Brenay states that she wasn't sexually active, but we all know that was a lie. Then she asked about Akira being uncomfortable, and Brenay said Akira never told her that she was uncomfortable. So then she shows her the video where Brenay literally says, I make her so uncomfortable. I think we've all seen that video that she said that she makes her so uncomfortable. And then Robin said, she said, are you proud to be Mrs. Montague? And Brenay says, I'm proud to be Brenay. So then Brenay states that she didn't post they started talking about the children. She said she didn't post the children. And Robin said, well, if you didn't post the children, why is there a restraining order that says that you can't post the children? When I say eating her up, and I even got to the good part because Akira ate her up. You hear me? Akira ate her up. So she said to Brenay, she said, did you ever think about how Akira felt? And Brenay said, I don't think about Akira. So then Robin said, she asked her about the Kia, the car that she got, because we all know that the Kia was Akira's dream car. And she was like, you wanted the car? She said, you wanted her life and you wanted her husband, huh? And she said, Mary and Tim was the best day of your life, wasn't it? This is Robin talking to Brenay. She said, are you proud of going from auntie to stepmom? Baby, you could have bought and sold me for a penny. Then she said, do you understand that the videos were found before the date of separation? Talking about the videos where where Brenay was expressing herself about how Tim made her feel and how she couldn't wait to be Mrs. Montague and how she was dancing. All of that was post. Right. And she named the car Dream. We know she did that to be petty too. Then she said, then Brenay was like, Akira didn't provide any evidence that states otherwise, whatever. Trying to say that Akira didn't provide any evidence that stated that she slept with her husband. Akira did provide the evidence because you were the one that recorded it, dum-dum. Like, girl. All right, moving right along. So now it's time for a redirect. So Robin calls. Oh, no. So now Robin calls Akira's mom back to the stage. So Akira's mom got up there basically to say that Tim's mom was lying. She said that there was no arranged marriage and Akira always had somewhere to come home to, because she got up there and said, I gave them 60 to 90 days to get married so they wouldn't be shacking in my house. So they tried to say they were forced to be married. And Akira's mom said that's a lie. And Akira always had somewhere to come home to. Then she said, the argument that happened at the game, she said at the game, she went over to speak to Tim, and Tim said, why you over here talking to us? And Tim said that he would smack the ish out of her. That's how they got into the argument at the game. So they lied about that too on the other day. Then she said, Akira's mom said the only reason that they're saying this is because they're trying to save Brenay from having to pay this lawsuit from being sued. And she said, she also said that they all watched the video at the restaurant, and was it Akira or Tim's mom? Somebody's mom. I think it was Tim's mom. Tim's mom was embarrassed and said that they would always support Akira. They claimed that they didn't watch the video at the restaurant. Akira's mom got on the stand and said that was a lie. Then the mom informed them about and then Akira's mother, because Akira's mother is an attorney, she said, I informed them about the alienation of affection law. Akira was grieving at that time, Akira was grieving and had not, wasn't really being herself. She said after Akira, and she said Akira was grieving and she didn't really want to pursue that at the time. She just wanted him to do right by the kids. But then once Brenay started antagonizing her online, which we all saw on 4K, she said, Mom, I'm ready. And her mother said, and when she was ready, I was ready. Then they put Akira back on the stand. Buckle your seatbelts for this, because Akira wasn't playing no games, y'all. Okay, so Akira's back on the stand. So she said, "Did you ever give Brenay?" This is Robin talking to Akira. "Did you ever give Brenay consent to sleep with your husband?" She said, "That's." She was like, "It's kind of even crazy that I have to answer this." Or she said something like that, like it's crazy. She said, "I would never give anyone consent to sleep with my husband." And she was like, "Are there any other lies that you want to clear up?" And she said, "I didn't go to Brenay crying about my husband and telling her that she should be with him or any of that." She said, "Me and Tim were locked at the hip." She said, "Matching tats, we were always together." She said they were so together that if he was taking a shower, he would want her to sit in the bathroom with her while she was on the phone, while he was in the shower. So that just goes to show you like how him and Brenay are now, like they're always on the phone, they're always together. That's how Tim and Akira were. And that's what Brenay wanted. Okay? So she said then she said the lie about him sleeping on the couch, because Brenay tried to say that Tim wasn't sleeping in the bedroom anymore. He was sleeping on the couch. Akira said the only time he slept on the couch was when he was watching football and he fell asleep. And she said most of the time it was all of us on that couch, and it was a $3,000 couch that fit 8 to 9 people, and they got it purposely because so their whole family could stay on it. Okay. Thank y'all for answering the questions in the comments about what they want, because I need to get the rest of this out. So when it came to marriage, they asked her, when did Tim start discussing marriage with you? Akira said he started discussing marriage with her 3 to 4 weeks into the relationship. 3 to 4 weeks into them, then he started talking about marrying her. She said at first Tim was not her type, which we know because Akira said on one of her lives that she likes dark-skinned men that get their hands dirty or blue collar. Something she said about that, but she was like, he wasn't her type at first, but his actions won her over. Okay. She said the love in her marriage was present until Brenay came to stay with them. And she also said, she said, she said, it's two things I'm stingy with. I'm stingy with my food and I'm stingy with my man. Because Brenay's trying to say that Akira said it was okay for her to sleep with her husband. No. So then she said, oh, this was the other kicker. Tamika, who is Tim's mama, she said Tamika supported Akira and just wanted Tim to do right by the kids. Let me see. Oh, wait, and just want him to do right by the kids. Akira didn't make the decision to really pursue the alienation of affection until Tim's mama was on board. Okay? Tim's mama. Brenay didn't have a reaction. Brenay was kind of like this all day. She was like, you could tell she was sad. She was over it. She knew she was about to lose. Then Akira runs down how Brenay copies her. She ran down how she copies. She said, I changed my hair. She changed her hair. She said, I wanted this car. She got the car. She said, I do this. She basically, she said she wanted my life. She wanted my husband. She wants my kids. She said she had to deal with her kids being confused because they started calling her Akira instead of calling her mommy after being with them. So, but then Akira said on the stage, she said, but my parents only made one Akira, and there's no duplicates. Basically, she wanted her to know that. Then Akira made reference to the fake accounts that Brenay had, because I think Robin asked her how many social media accounts that she had, and she was like, YouTube's this is that, and she said on a couple fake accounts that she watches me from, basically. And then she said it's like she posted every day to prove that she got my man. All right. So then Brenay starts to cross-examine her. This is where it gets good, y'all. This is where it gets good. So Brenay says, do you have matching tattoos with Tim? She said, I do. And she said, do you have matching tattoos with your current boyfriend? And she said, Akira was like, what does that have to do with this? What's the relevancy? She said, what does that have to do with you? Would you like to sleep with him too? Excuse me. I said, oh, okay. So then Brenay said, how do you know about my social media accounts if you're blocked? So Akira goes, because everybody in this room sent it to me. Mind you, the whole room is full of people that have been supporting her from TikTok. So she said, then Akira says, when did you want to file for alienation affection? That's when she said Tamika Green, and she looked at her. She said Tamika Green, and looked at Tim's mama, said, gave me the go gave me the go, and my own mother, she said her own mother couldn't convince her. She said Tamika was the one that convinced her to go. I already told you that. Then she said, then Brenay was trying to say that they didn't have no proof, da da da. So Akira was like, she said, one thing about my attorney, she has evidence for everything that has been stated. It's about 800 plus exhibits to prove my case. Oh, and then she had said something to her, and Akira said, she said, this is what you wanted, this is what you asked for, now enjoy the show. Then it went on, oh, then the jury leaves. Jury got out of there. So, let me see, what we got? What else we got? We had, okay, so the jury left, and then they came back because the judge wanted to clarify the date that she filed and the date that it was amended. The verdict was Akira won. She getting 250K plus 1.5 mil. Then she said, Renee said something about the conversations that they had, and she was like, we've had plenty of conversations. Be specific. So, then Akira said to Brenay, she said, I never told you that you could sleep with my husband. And she said, and then she said, why do you think hold on, but you don't. Oh, so then it was another part too. She was like, why do you think I harass you? And she said, there's a court order that states why you harass me. And then she said, but you don't think about me, remember? Karen got her look back. And then she said something like, you could, oh, she basically told Brenay, you could have chose to speak on me or to not speak on me, and you chose to speak on me. Then it goes into Robin's closing statement. Robin ran down the timeline, talked about the friend, showed all the videos, talked about the friendship, showed them in the car together, showed the family photos with them as a family, showed the video again where Brenay was talking about how much she couldn't wait to be Mrs. Montague and how she loved how he made her stuff feel and how they had just finished doing it at the time. The video was long. They played it again. That was my first time seeing it. And then they played the video of her cuddled up with him on the couch and played the video of him of her shaking her butt on her husband. All of this in a marital home. Okay. Let me see if there's anything else. Shows video of the friendship. Did not. She did. Tim. Oh, she said that Tim was she basically discredited all of Brenay's witnesses, saying that Tim was not a credible witness. He just wanted to defend his final wife because that's what he called her. She talked about which mother was more credible. This is all in Robin's closing statement. She ate down in his closing statement. And then she put up a pic and she said, does this look like a man that doesn't want to be married? And it was a pic of him looking very much happy to be there. And then she talked about, she said if oh, there was a text. Oh, they showed the text messages, child. If she could, so Robin said, if Akira consented to them being into a relationship, why when Akira asked Brenay, are you and Tim a thing? She didn't respond. And we saw that text message in 4K. She didn't respond. She talked about how Akira sacrificed her education to be a wife and a mother and made sure he got through school and he was supposed to do that in return for her. And he did it. And how that, basically set her back financially, emotionally, and all the other things, right? She posted videos of them together. Posted a video where Brenay said she was a 25-year-old millionaire. She puts the miscarriage text up there that proved that Akira and her husband were still having relations. The trips, the holiday. She said this family in 2023 was going on trips, spending holidays together, having sex, and even had another kid. So how could you say that this family, this wasn't a loving marriage? Oh, she tried to say that she never stated that they had sex, but on the video, she stated that they had just finished having it. Smacks, because I know you can't say certain words on here. She talked about how the social worker was a credible witness to Akira's case. She talked about how her mother was a credible witness and showed the text messages of when Tim tried to plan a B-Day dinner, which was in July 25th of 2023. And she said, who would plan a dinner for a wife that they don't like or that they don't love? Because Tim got on the stand and claimed that he didn't love her. Right? Then we have Devin's testimony. Devin testified that he heard Brenay and Tim sleep together in their home, and they played a little part of the audio, or whatever. She said basically, in Devin's testimony, he said that Brenay chose Tim over him, which was crazy. You also saw in the text messages between him and Akira, which made me kind of sad too, because they talked to each other. They were like, at one point, did you ever blame yourself? And they both kind of were like, yeah, like I wish I would have said something. I wish I would have stuck up for myself. I wish I have done all of these things, but they didn't. They didn't do that, because when your emotions are running high like that, what do? You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure like some more information will come about the money, y'all. I don't know, but some more information come out. Then they talked about the grandma and how the grandma basically said, she said if Akira wasn't uncomfortable, if Akira was comfortable with her there, why did her family member have to get involved? And why did Brenay threaten the grandma? And on top of that, if she wasn't trying to infiltrate their relationship when she was asked to leave, why didn't she leave? And also the grandmother was able to attest to the love and affection. Talked about that already. Text messages between Akira and Devin prove that neither one of them ever gave consent for their husband and wife to cheat on them. Oh, so then they played the video. In the video, also, Brenay was in the video like, you basically saying you could have whatever you like. I'm so happy we're doing this again. Then she talks about, all of that other stuff. She co-signed the lease, added him as her boyfriend. This is Robinetta basically putting her closing argument out there, letting them know all of the reasons why she should be found liable of these accusations. She explains how Tim basically left Akira destitute and needing help, and this is why she needs the income and all of that so she can continue on with her life. Shows the video. You saw that already. Show that video. Talked about it already. Robin says, we are asking a friend. Says we're asking to find her guilty, and we have evidence evidence that the defendant admitted it in the video to Criminal Conversation. And she talks about how much that they're asking for, the 1.5 mil plus 250K, which she was granted, and then plays the video of Brenay saying that Tim was worth it. And then she says, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, it's your job to determine if this is worth it. No, it's up to you to determine its worth. And she sat down. Then Brenay put up her little ranky-dank slideshow. And she tried to say that they had a conversation about separating on January 6th, 2024. Then on the 16th, they had a divorce conversation. She said somewhere between January 21st through the 28th, she said that's when Akira consented to her being with him. A whole bunch of BS. She needed to just not even put that slideshow up there. She should have just not. You know what I'm saying? She tried to say that her burden of proof was that they had money issues. He had previously cheated on Akira, claims they were already separate, and the marriage didn't have genuine love or stability or whatever. She said, and two adults can make their own decision. She said Tim left on his own free will, no persuasion, no manipulation. She said you cannot alienate affection that is not there. Girl, that girl, you saw in 4K that this man was still sleeping with his wife while y'all was supposed to be in the beginning parts of y'all relationship, even though y'all had been creeping and sleeping for a long time anyway, but he was still sleeping with his wife. And you talking about there was no affection there was no affection to alienate anyway. She said you can't. Oh, she said you can't base a crime off of behavior, but off of intercourse. You said in the video that y'all had intercourse. Like I wanted to know, like, was she slow or was she slow? She said that Akira stated 4 times that she didn't know about the affair and that the timelines didn't add up. States that there's no evidence until July 2024. States that they had conversations about consent to be with her husband. And she said that Akira basically, her motive was resentment, money gain, to harass Brenay, to humiliate her, and for retaliation. She said that she filed the lawsuit after the marriage failed. And she said this case seems to be driven by emotion control and genuine harm. Hogwash, you lost. She said that she was good. Oh, and then she said, then Brenay said this. Brenay said, Akira said that I was good with her children until her spot was taken. I said, you dum-dum. You gonna say until her spot is taken and we are trying to prove that you tried to take her spot? Like, it's like she literally walked into giving this money to her. She states that the evidence was inappropriate, but the evidence was more embarrassing for Brenay than it was for Akira. You mean to tell me the evidence was more embarrassing for you than Akira? When Akira has had to stay silent by the advisement of her attorney, which she stated in the beginning of this video, she had to stay silent while you antagonize her, which is why everybody on social media was speaking for Akira. Moving on. Then she says, Mr. Montague's statement was very credible. He lived it. And then her truth was the marriage was unstable because Akira gave her consent. There was no malice or no alienation. These are all speculations. We are all here because the plaintiff said herself that she does dumb stuff to see if her husband would choose her, and she set this up. She said that we were all in there because Akira set this up. And then she goes, Mr. Mayo's testimony, and then taps her hand. Mr. Mayo's testimony is not credible. He and I know why we divorced, and it's not because of Tim. Then Brenay states that she wants them to return a verdict for the defense based off the truth and not emotion. Brenay said she was dragged into this situation. Then she said, you've seen the evidence in this of a marriage that was already ending. She said it was held together by memories of what it used to be. So you mean to tell me you got up there to say that the marriage was being held together by memories of what it used to be, but in the beginning, your witnesses testified that the beginning of the relationship in 2018, 2019 was horrible. How you saying something opposite of your own witnesses? This is why she needed an attorney. She said, I didn't take the love away. There was no love to take. And after Brenay finished her slideshow, I think it was Tim's mother's boyfriend. It was some man, or maybe it was the mama. Between the two of them, somebody started clapping, as if she went up there and did something so grand. So then Robin has the opportunity to clear up anything that Brenay said, because Brenay got up there. Robinetta got up there. She said, I'm not sure if we're all in the same court. Oh, thank you. I don't know how gifts and likes and all of that work, but thank y'all for doing it. Anywho, she said, I don't know if we're in the same courtroom, because basically Brenay was up there just lying and talking crazy. She said Akira didn't believe the affair had actually happened until she had proof. And that's fair. As women, sometimes we don't want to believe what's right in front of our face. We've all been there. Hello. Okay. Then she cleared up that that Akira stated that she lost. Plus, she basically gave proof of the emotional damage. She said this is the same woman that said to Tim. Oh, she said Robinetta said this is the same woman that said Tim had affairs, but then she turned around and married him. So does that make her a credible not witness, but whatever? You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yeah, you sat up here and said that Tim has cheated on her before, had multiple affairs on her before, but then you turned around and you married him. Girl, then what happened after that? December 2023, Devin said that they were sleeping together. Then there was the video January 2020. There was the January 2024. Oh, but December 2023, Devin said that that's when he caught them sleeping together. By January of 2024, there was a video that was produced in the marital home of Akira and Tim. By July 6, 2024, Tim and Brenay established their relationship. And she wanted us to believe that they wasn't messing with each other way before then. Be so for real. So then we had lunch. We went to lunch, came back from lunch. The jurors had to go do their thing. Then we had to sit in the courtroom for a long time. While we was in the courtroom, Lakeisha's mom passed her phone to Brenay. We wasn't supposed to have our phones out in the courtroom. She passed her phone to Bray, so somebody in the back was like, you're not supposed to have your phone out in the room. Somebody go get the sheriff. They was about to get her. But this was kind of when the court was at ease, so I think it was probably okay. But then this is what Brenay mama did. because she wanted to be funny because they told her they was in there saying she couldn't have a phone. So she took the phone back and she put it in the air and then put it up like this to be funny. I said, Lord, I said, the mama dumb, all of them, just childish and dumb. Da, 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 da. So then we waited. We're all in there on pins and needles. The news people came in there and set up. They had a bunch of police down the hall, and it was time to read the verdict. They read the verdict. It was like nervous silence in there. A black woman came in with the envelope, handed it over to the judge. The judge said that Akira won, basically, and she's gonna get $250,000 for the criminal conversation. She's gonna get $1.5 million for the alienation, for malicious intent and alienation of affection. And we couldn't say anything, but we were all happy. Akira started crying. Of course, her mama was crying. And then when the judge went out the room, we all went crazy. It was a beautiful, I wish I could show you the video in the courtroom of everybody like cheering Akira on and all of that, but I don't think I can because you can't post anything from the courtroom. But it was a beautiful moment. Her and BG had this amazing hug. And the hug said so much. It was basically like, thank you. It was like, thank you. Thank you for doing what, She did. Brenay had no reaction. Why are y'all so concerned with Brenay? Why are we so concerned with Brenay? Barbie says she told BG, thank you so much. Yes. Yes. I'm like so happy for her. Barbie helped a lot. Even Ninja helped a lot. Some of the girls I just kind of found out about when they went to court. I think Caramel was somebody that was covering the case too. Jay just started covering the case too, the makeup artist. Big Show. Glomo. It's a lot of people that have been covering it over the time span that I only had been tuning into Ninja, Barbie, and BG. Those are the only people I follow for the entire case. When I first heard about it, I've been following it since the beginning, and it was like entertainment for me because it's one, I live in North Carolina, it's in my backyard. Two, my whole platform is catered to women, so I'm like, and I talk about relationships, so I'm like, say what now? What happened? So now I always said that when the court case came, I wanted to come support her because I'm a girl's girl, period. And I'm glad I did. Is Devin getting anything? Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Did you hear Brenay's mom say she ain't getting a dime? Yeah, I did hear that. I did hear that. I did hear her. She said that y'all got any other questions? Because I got to go home. Brenay didn't have no real expression. She waved to us goodbye. Like, and here's the thing, like Brenay's so cocky, she really thinks like she thinks she's bigger than the program. Like, that's her real life attitude in real life. Like, she thinks she's bigger than the program online. She thinks she's bigger than the program in person. Thank you. I appreciate that. Will you be there to support Devin's case? Yes. How long did the jury take? Maybe an hour and a half. If I had to estimate, probably about an hour and a half or an hour. Maybe an hour and a half. You're welcome. She put everything she got into trust. And she got her in trust. She must think she still won't pay it out. Oh, she still will. She's so young. She really did one. Yeah. Y'all, like the evidence was overwhelming. The evidence was overwhelming. This was good reporting, straight to the point. Listen, I'm a bottom line kind of girl. I'm a bottom line kind of girl, straight to the point. How long does she have? I don't know. That part I don't know. Yes, there was a verdict. Did she look scared? She did get escorted out. She didn't look scared. When they were leaving though, Akira's boyfriend was like, because that's when we all started celebrating. When they was walking out, Akira's boyfriend was all on Devin's back. He almost jumped on him. I was like, hold on, oh, everybody be cool. Did she cry? I think a lot of us cried. A lot of us cried. She did, but Akira did cry. Her mama cried. I feel like I want to cry now. I cried. The girls sitting over by me cried. I think BG cried. I think, look, I cry, we all cried together. And then we partied. Yeah, she is going to be paying her for a long time. Oh, not, yeah, did I say the wrong person? Tim, yeah. Tim, Akira's boyfriend, was like basically letting Tim know, like, I did mean Tim, my bad, y'all. I was messing up their names on the last one too. If I was, BG is Black Goddess, yes. If I was a jury, it would have took 1 minute. Yeah, that's what we were saying. After a while, it was like, what the court closed tomorrow. I'm not coming back on Wednesday. What y'all got to talk about for this long? But Tim ain't, but no, he didn't back up not once. He walked out the courtroom. He took his L and got on up out of there. What was I about to say? I was about to say something, I forgot. So Devin told us last week if it went to Monday, he wasn't coming. Like, Devin is really unbothered in real life, so people may think that he's more invested than he is. He is not. Devin is unbothered, like, in real life. How much officially? 1.5 million for alienation and affection, and 250,000 for criminal conversation. They was debating on the amount they needed to be paid, probably. But I mean, they gave exactly what Robinetta asked for or suggested. Probably. But also the jury was a very mixed bunch, like in age, race, and everything. So I feel like they had a fair for mix of people for the jury. Devin got the lawyer, he good. Facts. Akira, dang, I missed it. Akira got the world behind her. Yeah, she does. Should have asked for me. Plus Tim owes. He does. I think you were talking about the child support. I think they said it's like 16K in back pay. How's she gonna pay that? I don't know. Thank you, Elizabeth. Did the judge make a statement at the end? He not really. Mm-mm. I know the car ride home is so awkward for them. Listen, she got to pay that. Gonna be fighting all weekend. We gonna see. She did this to herself. I agree, because this could have been avoided. Look, everybody need a job now, and Tim couldn't get. I think he said he got fired from his job because somebody found out about the adultery at his job, so they ended up firing him. I don't know. They didn't talk about all of that stuff. You might have to just do a little research on North Carolina law and what happens after someone wins this kind of lawsuit, because I do not know. I have no idea. So can somebody tell me how I can save this live though? In North Carolina, we are an at-will state. They can fire you for whatever they want to, actually. North Carolina is an at-will state. And does that girl, I missed that. Once it's going to save automatically. Okay, thank you. When you end it, it'll prompt you. Thank you. Because I want to because Robinetta did a statement in the beginning of this live that I want to keep and save and post for people that want to see it. What Brenay looked like when the verdict came in. She didn't have an expression. Whole family going to need 2 to 3 jobs. Not for real. North Carolina does not care about saving. North Carolina is a 4-family state too. That's why we have the alienation and affection law. It's also why they make you wait a year of separation before they let you divorce. So you got to look, better know, obey the laws of the land. That's what the Bible say, right? Whatever part of this land that you on, you better be obeying it. I'm late to the live. I didn't hear. Yes, Akira won. I'm glad I just moved here. They don't play that. Listen, didn't hear. Yes, Akira won. I'm glad I just moved here. They don't play that. Listen. Okay. Okay, y'all. I'm gonna have to go because one, I need to get home. I have an event to go to, and I don't want to drive and be on live and all of the things. So Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the likes. I'll try to upload this video also to probably YouTube. I'll probably go live again just because I know other people want to. Akira one, just because I know people want to hear what happened in court today, and I am a very straight shooter. Like, I just give y'all the tea, and then and that's it. If I was married in Florida, y'all think she will appeal? I don't know. That's a good question. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, y'all. I'll be back.